On. We are back for another episode, another live. And today's topic is something that in my journey of getting over chronic back pain, I didn't address till way later in the journey. And it's something that a lot of people look in the journey. Oh, we got some feedback. So it's it's a thing that people overlook in this journey, and really it's just ignoring emotional stress and lifestyle factors. It's really like probably like the closest thing you can actually do, but it's the thing that we often overlook, which is kind of crazy. So like it's the same thing that when people are training, they want to talk about like what should I be taking creatine? Should I be having more protein? Should I be taking all these BCAs and whatever, just all this stuff, but they don't even sleep. You know what I mean? So like you're putting the cart before the horse. It's the same thing when you're dealing with chronic pain because what I didn't realize at the time was, like, stress was literally one of the biggest factors keeping me stuck in pain, and so, stretching, moving, exercising, fixing posture, all that was great, but it's still like, I would still be kind of in pain. I was like, "Why am I tight? What's going on?" And that's because pain isn't just, like, physical in the sense of, like, you break your hand, right? Especially not chronic pain. And once your body kind of learns that pain signal, it's really easy to get stuck in it. So things like chronic stress, anxiety, even just past trauma or even just trauma around the chronic pain you're going through, all that can amplify your pain signals. So it literally just makes everything worse. And this is the same for people like you're listening, you're just trying to train and work out. Same idea. If you train and work out and you don't get rest, you don't do that, you're not going to actually recover and you'll never actually get gains, right? It's the same idea. So like, your pain will get worse even when your body's like, your injury is physically fine, if that makes sense, right? So there's the area that where you hurt your back, but then there's this chronic pain that just keeps you there, right? So today, like, I really wanna talk about breaking out of that cycle, understanding how lifestyle and emotional factors influence pain, and then really what you can do to take control, okay? So that's gonna be, the main point of this conversation today, so and again, if you're watching, I always tell you right now, like, if you're watching, you're listening, now live or later on, just shoot me a DM or a comment or whatever you're watching pain-free, and I will send you all my resources, that I talk about today, okay? So everything that I talk about today, I have some form of resource on it. So just shoot me a DM or drop a comment. Don't do it on the live because, I might miss it, but just drop me a DM, okay? Okay, so the first big idea here, and this has probably been the biggest game changer in my life, and I see with a lot of clients as well, and just people generally, uh, is getting over this idea, or at least understanding this truth, and this is absolutely true. You can go look on if you need, like, if you need the medical opinions, go look at WebMD. You can look this up, okay? But the idea here is that stress and anxiety, they amplify pain signals, okay? So it's a really simple idea, and I don't think there's any doubt about this, but when your body, and brain, like, they're deeply connected, okay? So, like, they're not connected, they're one, you know what I mean? Like, your body's a holistic unit, I guess is probably a better way to say it. So when you're stressed, you're anxious, you're overwhelmed, your body produces tons of stress hormones, things like cortisol, adrenaline, etcetera, and these hormones increase muscle tension, inflammation, and then, of course, pain sensitivity, right? Which is the thing that we all don't like, feeling. So things like tight muscles, from stress, like, they create more stiffness, more discomfort, they make movement feel worse or, like, harder, right? When your nervous system is heightened, it can make pain feel more sensitive, right? So, like, you're more sensitive to pain. The pain, your pain sensitivity is higher. Even when there's no actual injury, right? This is like a learned behavior. So there was an injury at one point, but now your body just protects this area or it keeps it tight even though, like, you could probably move through it. If you're mentally exhausted, it can make your pain, make you more sensitive to pain as well. And so all these things create a vicious cycle, of stress and physical discomfort. So simply by reducing stress and calming your nervous system, you can actually change how you experience pain. Facts. Go look it up, WebMD or anywhere on the internet. So that's a big thing, okay? So there's things like, meditation that you can do, body scans. Classic one is the 90-90 position where you're laying on the ground and your feet are resting on a chair and you're focusing on deep belly breathing. These things calm your nervous system and actually experience or change the way you experience pain. Okay. Next big thing is just straight up another type of stress is poor lifestyle habits. Right? These are things that keep you stuck in pain. Well, this is even more obvious. Your daily choices, how you sleep, how much you sleep, how you move, how you feel your body, what you put in it, they can either help or hurt your recovery. And so poor sleep, it makes pain worse by preventing tissue repair and increasing inflammation, for example. If you're living a super sedentary lifestyle, your muscles are obviously gonna be weak and stiff, and, like, that's just gonna reinforce that feeling of pain. Your blood's not flowing, it's just unnatural. And then, of course, unhealthy eating habits. Do you know how many times people message me like, "Oh, I gotta like, what type of anti-inflammatory food should I be eating?" Which is great. Again, don't get me wrong, but a lot of times we're putting the cart before the horse. Do everything you can, but this is still important. It's part of the process, right? So if you're just eating like shit, pardon my language, and you're not taking care of your body, well, what do you think is gonna happen, right? Um, you're not gonna feel good. Okay. This is obvious stuff here, but like, again, these are the things that once I started taking control of my health consistently, I would never put your health for granted on my phone screen. I started eating differently. I started staying hydrated. I started practicing mindfulness meditation. I started acknowledging my stress. Um, Started tackling some demons. All this stuff, it helps. It really does. Because what I've found myself, and I've had many clients like this as well, is that they'll be fine, they get over their issues, and then they have, like, a stressful run at work, like, they're good, they're feeling strong, I'm back. Stressful run at work or something happens in their personal life, and all of a sudden the pain comes back, and they're wondering why, even though, like, the training's the same, nothing's changed. But it's because that stress level has increased, and I always say, like, "You're only as strong as your weakest link," and your back has been your weakest link, you've had a chronic pain cycle around it, so your body kind of shows its stress in that area, if that makes sense. Okay, so again, like I told you, I kind of enhanced my mind-body connection. So this can be your biggest tool for recovery. So most of the time, and I'm guilty of this before, is you treat it purely as a physical issue, right? I have to build that muscle, or I gotta like not bend that way, or whatever, it is, right? But true long-term healing happens when you address that both the body and the mind are connected. They're both involved in this. Okay. So as I mentioned, I practice meditation, breath work, right? Just simple things with breath work too. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. But you just want to activate your parasympathetic nervous system, helping you calm all those pain signals. Right? You want to calm the body. You want to tell it it's okay, right? You can move. And this also goes to how you actually move as well, like in your day to day, also in your training, right? If you're all like fired up and you're like in fight or flight, and then you like go work out and stuff like that, like it's not going to be a good experience, right? You have to find that flow, and it's hard because you've been in chronic pain. So this is why breathwork and meditation can be combined to get you experiencing a calmer state, so that your body can actually recover and those pain signals can go down, and then you can actually move more free, and then this has this like positive cyclical effect, right? Um, One thing that's helped some people, some clients of mine is journaling, and mindset shifts, okay? So this kinda go hand in hand. So, like, thinking about, um, writing down maybe some of the negative thought patterns that are contributing to your pain, right? So if you're always, like, worried, like, "Oh, I wonder if this is gonna hurt me. Oh, don't move that way," and your mind's thinking about this all the time, it can keep you stuck in pain because then it tells your body to, like, be tense. You may not even be paying attention to it, that's why I say journaling, and you might start journaling as to, like, how you feel that day, but you can also start to journal about, like, what you're grateful for. And as you're going through this recovery process, like, you're going to start to see that as you build momentum, you're gonna wanna celebrate wins and, like, writing them down is good, or maybe you got out of bed, it felt a little bit better, whatever it might be, you got some level of ability back. And then mindful movement. So this is, uh, connected to, breath work, meditation, the mindset shifts. It's being mindful. So, like, A mistake I see people make all the time is like, "Okay, here are some movements that you're gonna do," and then they just do them. They're not even thinking, they're just, like, doing them, "Oh, I gotta just do them quickly." But that's not going to, solve the problem. Like, it's just not going to help you because 'cause you're not paying attention to your form. You may not even be realizing if you're aggravating it till you're done the set, and then you're like, "Oh, I'm in pain," but if you would've, um, practiced some mindful movement, then you would've been able to actually see, if you're causing pain, and the whole point here is to teach your body to move in a way that feels safe and pain-free. So how do you do that? Well, first of all, slow down. Second of all, when like, say you're moving your leg, you're moving your hip or something like that, I want you to pay attention, feel your body move, like, stop. Close your eyes if you have to. Obviously, if you're doing something, it's safe to close your eyes. And then just feel where you feel your body. Another thing I've seen people do as well, you know, gyms have mirrors. So if you're working on something and you're doing it in front of a mirror, it can be really helpful as well because it allows you to just, like, watch your form, and then you can, like, feel it as well. Of course, like, you know, you wanna get to the point where you can actually just, like, understand, your body in a way where you're just feeling it, but at the end of the day, it just requires you to do things differently. So um, slow down, breathe, you know, take a second. It goes a long way, okay? So, by incorporating mind body strategies into your recovery, you can truly train your brain to stop amplifying pain and then start moving forward to relief, okay? So, some of the things that you can do right now is do a lifestyle audit. Again, like I said, I have, a lifestyle audit, so if you want it, let me know. I'll send it your way, just drop a DM. Essentially, what this is a way to assess your daily habits, stress levels, your lifestyle choices, and you can start to identify patterns that might be contributing to your back pain, right? And then you can take note of how things like stress, sleep, movement, nutrition are impacting your recovery, right? Super important. If you actually don't like audit it, then you don't even know. You're just kind of living life because life's busy, right? You're just kind of going through the motions. Um, and then just like reflect on that idea of that mind body connection. You know, like the body has been talking. I think one thing that a lot of us do if you're an athlete or just whatever, you're someone who goes to the gym or not even that, like, I think just in our modern day society, like, we don't necessarily listen to the signals of our body, right? And when we don't have pleasurable feelings, we tend to, like, ignore them or just tell them to shut up or medicate them, and as a result of that, we get stuck in this, right? So, building that connection is important because you can listen to your body way earlier when it's just talking to you rather than when it's screaming in pain, right? So that's just the idea, like I said, that pain isn't just physical, right? It's influenced how you think. It's influenced by how you think, I should say, how you live each day. So take a moment to reflect on the emotional factors that might be contributing to your pain, on the stress factors, the other lifestyle factors. Um, right? So like some things you can do is like ask yourself this, okay? So these are like kind of reflection questions. Do I notice pain worsening when I'm stressed or anxious? Right? Am I getting enough sleep to support healing? Do I take breaks from sitting and move regularly throughout the day? How do my daily habits like diet, hydration, relaxation affect how I feel? Okay. Recognizing these patterns is truly the first step to making positive changes. And then the next thing is to share your insights, right? Husband, wife, partner, whatever, friend, coworker who knows what you're going through. Share with them, right? Because sharing is important because it actually solidifies what you've been doing, right? Puts it out there. So you can share what you've noticed from the lifestyle audit. You can share your reflections on building a mind-body connection with someone you trust, right? Friend, family member, just someone that's close to you that isn't like a weird thing to share. And again, like you can even reach out to me directly. I'd love to hear what you discovered and of course help guide you on the journey moving forward. Okay. So again, everything you do is walking a path, a recovery path, and so for you to just keep walking that path is super important, right? Do not give up, and please reach out to me or to other people. You do not have to go through this alone, right? This does not have to be a solo journey. So if you're listening to this right now, I am here to help. And again, tons of freebies. And one thing, like, I hear people all the time, like, they'll be scared to reach out because, like, "I don't wanna be sold to." Keep in mind, that's fair, but I'm not here to sell you, I'm here to help you. So that's what I always tell people, there's gonna be people who wanna work with me, and those people work with me. Everyone else, I will give you all my free resources. So the people who work with me get my time, right? But I have the resources, I share them, most of the stuff is on my YouTube and or in, a form that I can share it, okay? And so reach out, do not be afraid, I promise I will not sell you on anything. The only thing I'll try to do is sell you on healing yourself and sell you on taking it seriously, okay? That's my promise to you, okay? Just then commit to yourself that you're going to continue this healing journey, and just don't give up. All right, that's all I got today. I'm out. Again, if you want any of my free resources, just DM pain free, um, wherever you're listening to this or however you're receiving this. And appreciate you. And again, like I said, reach out if you have any questions. All right, I'm out.